Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Power. I want to continue our discussion with Thor because in our last video, Thor became the Herald of Thunder, and that was like completely amazing that Thor became the Herald of Thunder. But before we begin this video, I want you to hit the like button, hit the notification bell button to be part of the notification squad, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about the Devourer King Part 2. So we're going to get right back into this book where we see who appears to be Silver Surfer Black narrating this again. But it seems to me that we are in a vision where Thor, oldest son, who is now, like I said, the Herald of Galactus, he is witnessing the Black Winter annihilate alternative universe. But what's crazy about this universe is that it appears to be the DC universe where we see the Justice League. And I actually have my thoughts on what appears to be a secret crisis because this could be either a vision or well, I should say a prophecy of some sort of crossover between Marvel and DC. So I'm gonna leave that in the description below. But the Black Winter appears before them in the form of Darkseid when the Justice League confronts him. But then as they get closer to him, it seems to be it turns into the hands of creation. For people who don't know what the hand of creation is, hand of creation, you guys will remember from Crisis on Infinite Earths, Green Lanterns when they first appeared, and and it ends up destroying, the DC universe, which is crazy talking about the DC universe and Thor. But I digress. Determined to let his own universe share the same fate as the DC universe, Thor leads Galactus to collapse, one of the five planets that, if consumed, will give the Devourer Wars the power to stop the Black Winter. Noticing the planet's inhabit, Thor tells Galactus that they will move on to the next one, having withheld the coordinates given to him by Silver Surfer. Galactus refuses, saying he will need the essence of all five worlds if he's to succeed, but Thor refuses to let him destroy inhabitants and tell him that it's only him between him and the world he's supposed to destroy. And Galactus, not really feeling what Thor is saying, begins to attack Thor and blast Thor out of the sky. Now, standing in the sky with his elemental converter floating behind him, Galactus snaps that he gave Thor the power of Cosmic and he could take it away. Despite Mjolnir having grown heavier since he assumed the throne of Asgard, Thor tells Galactus that he's known nothing of his power and attacks Galactus, ripping off some of his finger. And Galactus has been getting, like, honestly throttled, severely throttled. Like, this is kind of bad at this point. This dude still got his arm missing, and now he got his fingers blown off. This ends up enraging Galactus, who demands to know if Thor has forgotten who he serves, shouting that Thor exists only by his grace. But Thor tells him that he only serves Asgard. And when he recalls Mjolnir, the divine heron punching a hole right through Galactus' left knee, dog. Like I said, Galactus is just getting all types of throttleness. Stating that while Galactus may have made him a hero, he is first and foremost king and a god. And before he can attack Galactus anymore, the inhabitants end up attacking Thor, because to them they have no god, and even though they see that Thor and Galactus is fighting, they do not understand the situation, and to them Thor is just much of a threat as Galactus, which Thor is trying to explain to them, and they start overwhelming the god of thunder simply by their sheer numbers. So he ends up having to call Sif to take them away. But while taking advantage of the distraction, Galactus deploys elemental converter, and he begins feeding on the planet. And by Thor telling the Sif to use the Bifrost, and he ends up telling Galactus that the inhabitants are under his protection, and the Devourer world can devour the planet once all of the people of the inhabitants were safely away from him. Now we are on Asgard, where Fendrel, Volstagg, and Boulder struggle to correlate the unruly habits of Kleps. Frustrated, Volstagg demands more ale. Thor offered to help by eating some of them, and the Hellhound, admonishing the Hellhound. Volstagg is interrupted by Thor speaking through Hagen and Moonin. I think I said that right. I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. He informs them that he has spoken to the leaders of the Klops and promised them refugees until such as he can replenish the world of the energy Galactus is going to drain. And Voltage is shocked. Thor asks if these two rebels also possess such otherworldly abilities. Thor stated that Hugin and Moon aren't really raised, only appear such, asking Voltage to see things in his absence. Noticing that the world tree is withering and turning black, Voltage wonder what Thor is doing out there when his kingdom needs him. While finally able to feed, Galactus began draining Cops's power. Every living thing left on the planet dying as he feeds. Crooning that he needs more power, Galactus begins to transform, ignoring Thor shouting for him to stop before he destroys. And I gotta say, he literally like ate every single piece of the planet, which causes Clips to explode into an asteroid field. Galactus standing transformed, more powerful than ever amidst the wreckage. Now, this actually pisses Thor off because he states that he promised the people of Clutch that they could return to their homeworld, but obviously, Galactus made Thor look like a liar because of the simple fact is he ate every single bit of the planet, and now Thor has to really answer to the inhabitants that they don't have a home to go to at this point in time. Now Galactus is restoring that it was necessary and to destroy the planet because it actually made him more powerful than ever before. He decides to turn on Thor and he prepares to kill Thor, but he is blasted from behind. And when he's blasted from behind, he's struck across the face by Stormbreaker. Thor turns to see the approach of Scuttlebutt, accompanied by Beta Ray Bill, who tells Thor that he's come for Galactus and to not interfere or he's going to go through Thor if he has to. And I gotta say, this is like crazy because it looks like, to me personally, it looks like that uh Beta Ray Bill was like hunting Galactus. And this could remind you of God Hunter, where his goal when in the middle of God Hunter was to starve Galactus and his thirst for vengeance because Galactus was the one that destroyed his home planet. So he has some form of thirst, and right now he is completely blinded by vengeance. But I don't know what you guys think about this. Do you think that Betty Ray Bill is blinded by his vengeance, or do you think that he has every right to try to stop Galactus from accumulating more powers? So just let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you guys on the next trip. Peace.